outside. I'm just...
So far, authorities are not releasing.
Welcome back, Warner fam. Today, we're diving into the 2018 crime drama, Believe Me, The Abduction of Lisa McVey. Based on a chilling true story, this film tells the heart-wrenching tale of Lisa McVey, who was kidnapped and endured 26 hours of horror at the hands of serial killer Bobby Joe Long in 1984. Stay close and keep your eyes wide open. The story begins with Lisa, a hard-working employee at a popular donut shop. She's known for her friendly nature, and customers love her, but deep down, Lisa carries scars no one can see. She lives with her grandmother, Diane, and her grandmother's partner, Maurice Elwood. Unfortunately, Maurice often mistreats Lisa, but Diane turns a blind eye. Lisa's routine is tough. She works late nights and rides her bicycle home, alone. One evening, while riding home, she notices a sedan parked on the side of the road. Something doesn't feel right, so Lisa speeds up, her heart pounding. Lisa has a sister, Lori, who often checks in on her. Lori wants Lisa to come stay with her, but Lisa refuses. Their mother had already told her to stay with her grandmother to help, leaving Lisa feeling stuck in her situation. Lisa continued her shift, serving customers with her usual kindness. Afterward, her boss thanked her for her hard work and told her that her great relationship with customers helped boost sales. Lisa smiled and thanked him, then left the store. As she walked out, her manager called, "See you on Monday." Lisa didn't respond, which struck him as odd. It was unlike her. On her way home through a quiet street, Lisa saw the same car from the day before. This time, the car turned around and began to follow her. Alarmed, she pedaled faster, hoping it would just drive by, but the car passed her and parked nearby. Before Lisa could react, the car's owner rushed out, grabbed her off her bike, and forced her into the car. She was being taken, her world spinning out of control. The abductor told Lisa to keep her eyes on the window and not to look away. He then began to hurt her. Lisa, too afraid to fight back, did as he demanded. Afterward, the man blindfolded her with a red cloth and tied her hands. Lisa, feeling the weight of the situation, shouted as loudly as she could, hoping for someone to hear, but the kidnapper ignored her and continued. He drove Lisa to his house. As she tried to make sense of the surroundings through the small gap in her blindfold, he led her inside, up the stairs, and into a room. He untied her hands and ordered her to undress. Lisa obeyed, too scared to do anything else. Then he took her to the bathroom, removed the blindfold, and told her to keep her eyes shut. In a horrifying moment, he showered with her and assaulted her again. As the kidnapper continued his horrible actions, Lisa's mind drifted to a happier time with her sister Lori, her Aunt Carol, and Uncle Jim. It was a peaceful memory that brought a brief moment of comfort. When the kidnapper asked her name, Lisa lied. She told him her name was Carol and said she was 20, even though she was only 17. The man seemed pleased with her answer, thinking it meant he wasn't hurting a child. Curious, Lisa asked why he was doing this. The kidnapper coldly replied that all the women were prostitutes. Feeling a strange sympathy for his pain, Lisa tried to connect with him, hoping it might help. The next day, Lisa's grandmother reported her missing, but when the police told Lisa's mother about the disappearance, she showed little concern. Lori, however, couldn't believe her sister would just leave without telling anyone. She was sure something terrible had happened to Lisa. That night, Lisa drifted off to sleep on the kidnapper's bed. As she slept, she dreamed of the first time she visited her grandmother's house, feeling the joy of living in a beautiful home with her. She remembered how she had thanked her grandmother and promised to always be reliable. Her grandmother had explained that even in a beautiful home, there were challenges, and that Lisa would have to learn how to deal with men properly. At the time, Lisa hadn't fully understood, but soon she would. One night, Lisa was woken up with a start. The kidnapper was there, and once again, he hurt her. During this terrible ordeal, Lisa kept apologizing to the kidnapper, which made him stop and ask why. Lisa told him she felt sorry for him, thinking the women he had been with must have treated him badly. She gently reached out to touch his face, trying to understand him better. As her fingers brushed against his skin, she realized that, in some way, she found him attractive. Her kindness seemed to make the kidnapper soften a little. He let go of her hands and even offered her a drink. While preparing some bread and watching the news, the kidnapper began to feel a strange sympathy for Lisa. When the kidnapper found out that Lisa had lied about her age, his anger exploded. He yelled at her, his rage terrifying. In a desperate bid to survive, Lisa quickly made up another story, hoping to calm him down. Her quick thinking bought her just enough time to figure out a way to escape. Lisa asked if she could use the restroom, claiming she needed to go. The kidnapper agreed and led her to the bathroom. Once inside, she asked for privacy. After a while, the kidnapper knocked, urging her to hurry. As soon as he left and shut the door behind him, Lisa locked it. She carefully touched every surface: the toilet's base, the glass, the towel rack, and the tissue holder, leaving her fingerprints everywhere. She knew these marks could be her way out. The kidnapper stood outside the bathroom, growing impatient. He demanded that Lisa unlock the door, but she had locked it tight. His anger grew, and he burst in, dragging her out. Trying to calm him down, Lisa suggested she could get him a glass of water to make him feel better. Surprisingly, the kidnapper relaxed a little and led her to the sink. He allowed her to pour him a drink, but told her to keep her eyes closed while doing it. Taking advantage of this moment, Lisa carefully looked around. Even though she was still blindfolded, she spotted a phone sitting near the faucet. It was the perfect opportunity to plan her next move. In the middle of the night, Lisa quietly woke up and crept toward the phone while the kidnapper slept soundly. Just as she was about to press the button, the kidnapper suddenly leapt at her, pointing a gun. Thinking fast, Lisa quickly made up a story. She told him she only wanted to call her sick father to let him know she was safe, so he wouldn't worry. Her father was very ill, and Lisa was the one who took care of him. The kidnapper started to believe her. As she spoke, Lisa shared a painful memory about how she once told her mother about the abuse from Maurice. Sadly, her mother hadn't believed her. Instead, she scolded Lisa, telling her to be thankful and that things would never get better. Lisa shook her head, disagreeing with the kidnapper. She told him her mother was wrong and that she could create a better life for herself. Lisa made a promise to herself. She would find a family that cared for her and become a loving mother, someone far better than her own had been. As she planned her escape, Lisa continued to leave clues for the authorities. She carefully placed a hairpin and some strands of her hair beside the bed, hoping it would help them find her. She thought about her sister, Lori, playing at their grandmother's house. The thought of Lori brought a wave of happiness, but it was quickly replaced by fear when Lisa saw Maurice spot her sister in the room. She dreaded what he might do to Lori next. Lori spotted a weapon near Lisa's pillow, and Lisa quickly reacted. She threatened the kidnapper, saying she would use the weapon against him if he tried to hurt her sister. The kidnapper, getting ready to assault Lisa again, hesitated for a moment. This gave Lisa the chance she needed. She noticed that he was beginning to show some affection toward her. Seizing the opportunity, Lisa tried a new approach. She told him she would be his girlfriend if he let her go, promising to return home and care for her sick father. The kidnapper grew uneasy when he realized that the police were after a serial killer, and he wasn't sure what to do with Lisa. Lisa pushed harder, suggesting again that he could let her go to care for her father, and that she might even stay with him later. The kidnapper, however, insisted that he had to eliminate Lisa. He told her to put on her pants and tie her hands up. As he dragged her outside, Lisa couldn't hold back her cries of fear and distress. They made a stop at a gas station to refuel. Lisa saw a chance to escape and quickly tried to unlock the car door, but the kidnapper slammed it shut and threatened her life. Panicking, Lisa bit her finger so hard it bled, leaving a trail of blood on the passenger seat. The car eventually stopped by a tree, and the kidnapper dragged Lisa out. In desperation, she begged for her life, promising to care for him and be his partner. The kidnapper aimed a gun at Lisa, and through her sobs, she begged for her life, desperately wanting to survive. Her pleading finally got to him, and he decided to let her go. He untied her hands and told her to stay quiet for 5 minutes before he would leave. As soon as he was gone, Lisa quickly ripped off her blindfold. She took a deep breath and looked around, spotting a tree nearby. Realizing the kidnapper might have made a mistake, Lisa didn't hesitate. She decided to make her escape, running as fast as she could to find help. Her heart raced, but she kept going until she finally reached her grandmother's house, safe at last. In a panic, Lisa rushed into her grandmother's house and told her what had happened. She had been kidnapped, but her grandmother and Morris didn't believe her. They insisted she had just run away with a boyfriend. Frustrated and desperate, Lisa shouted, hoping they would understand. Her grandmother called the police, telling them Lisa had come home and claimed she was kidnapped, but it was just a made-up story. The police then asked Lisa to come to the station for questioning. Morris grew terrified, fearing that his secret would be exposed if the truth came out, but her grandmother only threatened Lisa, warning her not to say anything about what had truly happened in their home. The next morning, police arrived to take Lisa to the station. Once there, they started questioning her. Despite the officers' tough questions, they didn't believe her. Lisa's answers seemed too calm and well-spoken for a 17-year-old, and there were no obvious signs of abuse, like bruises, to show she had been kidnapped. This made the police think she was just a teenager acting out against her parents. Lisa was furious that they didn't trust her. Feeling misunderstood and dismissed, the case was eventually handed over to detectives. 2 female detectives approached Lisa and asked her to tell them what happened. Her story was so detailed that the detectives thought she might be making it up, maybe even copying something from a movie she had seen a lot. They couldn't believe that she could remember so many details while being so upset. Feeling like they didn't trust her, Lisa chose to stop talking. The investigation into the serial killer slowed down. The police had very little evidence. The only thing they could connect was that the victims were all tied up with rope. However, the killer didn't have a clear pattern for how they murdered or where they left the bodies. He had been watching his victims closely before he took them, making sure they were women alone and with no one around to witness anything. The female detective who spoke with Lisa asked for help from Parkinson, a crime expert, to help question her more deeply. Parkinson tried to make Lisa feel comfortable by telling her he trusted her and wanted to know everything. To calm her down, he showed her a picture of his daughter and promised to protect women, just like he would protect his own child. Feeling a wave of emotion, Lisa began to open up and tell him everything. She described the car used to take her, including the word Magnum on the dashboard. She also remembered the color of the carpet on the stairs, the number of steps to the kidnapper's apartment, what the abductor looked like, the shoes she saw in the bathroom, and even the features on the kidnapper's face. At that moment, Parkinson could tell that Lisa was telling the truth. She had a special ability to remember even the smallest details. Parkinson decided to ask his team to get more information from Lisa and planned to contact her parents for permission to try hypnosis to help her remember more. When he contacted Morris, who said he was Lisa's father, Morris refused the request. Parkinson then told Lisa that her father didn't want her to undergo hypnosis. This made Lisa very upset, and she began to cry. Parkinson could tell something was wrong. After a while, Lisa finally admitted that Morris wasn't her real father and that he had hurt her many times. The police arrested Morris soon after. With officers by her side, Lisa went back to her grandmother's house to gather her things. Her grandmother said nothing, showing no emotion about the whole situation. Lisa asked her grandmother why she had never stepped in to help, but her grandmother stayed silent. After saying goodbye, Lisa left. She later moved in with one of Parkinson's co-workers for safety. Meanwhile, new evidence was discovered. Red threads found on all the victims. The police started searching for anyone who might know something about the serial killer. During her interrogation, Lisa revealed that she had left clues all around the kidnapper's house and even in his car. She also remembered that during the abduction, the kidnapper had stopped at a gas station before releasing her. Lisa suggested that checking the gas station's surveillance footage could help find the location of the stop. Lisa also shared that the kidnapper seemed to hate women, which drove him to hurt and kill his victims. She talked about how the kidnapper had a need to keep everything clean, even making sure she was fully cleaned up after the assault. Lisa also recalled seeing the kidnapper's car the night before her kidnapping. Parkinson began to think the man who took Lisa might be the same serial killer they were investigating, but his boss didn't believe him. The boss argued that all the previous victims had been killed, so there was no chance of anyone surviving. Even though his boss doubted Lisa's story, Parkinson decided to have Lisa's clothing tested for forensic evidence. While waiting for the results, he moved Lisa to a safer location. The forensic analysis confirmed that Lisa was indeed one of the serial killer's victims. With help from a police sketch artist, Lisa worked to recreate the killer's face based on what she could remember from touching his features during her abduction. Lisa also tried to remember the path she had taken to the killer's apartment. As she thought back to the street leading to his place, her memories helped guide her to the exact spot where she had been released. Lisa then ran toward the tree where she had been abandoned. Parkinson followed her, and soon the police learned that the killer was operating within a 2-mile radius of their patrol area. Just as Lisa was about to be released by her captor, Parkinson got hold of CCTV footage showing people buying gas in the area. He also found an image of the killer that matched the timeline Lisa had given. Meanwhile, another investigator, working within a 2-mile radius, found a car that matched Lisa's description. He tried to check out the suspect's vehicle, saying he was looking for the person responsible for a jewel theft because the car's details matched. The detective asked for permission to examine the car, but the suspect refused. Then, the investigator requested a photo of the suspect in the car to make sure the victim knew she wasn't at fault. He continued to follow the suspect, watching carefully, with the goal of capturing him. The investigator showed Lisa a set of photos of possible suspects to help her identify the person who hurt her. Lisa recognized the killer's face from her memory of touching his features. Finally, the suspect was caught outside a movie theater and was identified as Bobby Joe Long. The police confirmed that all of Lisa's evidence was right. During questioning, the murderer admitted to all of his crimes. He confessed that his mistake was letting Lisa go, but he also said that she was a special and remarkable person, which is why he spared her. Lisa felt a wave of relief knowing the killer was caught, and she could finally feel safe again. Detective Parkinson was proud of Lisa for identifying the killer in just 12 days. What had taken the police 6 months to solve, Lisa did in less than 2 weeks. The case was finally closed, and Lisa became a hero who helped save the city. The police praised her for her bravery and smart thinking in catching the criminal. Later, Lisa wrote a letter to her her mother and packed up her things. As she looked at herself in the mirror, she felt proud of how far she had come, knowing she had survived her darkest moments despite everything. Soon, her uncle and aunt arrived to pick her up. Her aunt hugged her tight, clearly emotional and worried about what Lisa had been through. They promised to take care of her and her sister, Lori. Lisa thanked Detective Parkinson for believing in her when no one else did. Lisa wrote a letter to her mother, telling her that she was wrong to believe Lisa would never have a better life. Lisa found happiness living with her uncle and aunt, and she knew she could make a brighter future for herself. Over the next few years, Lisa grew stronger and more confident. She worked hard and eventually became a deputy sergeant in the sex crimes unit. There, she focused on protecting young people from the same horrors she had faced. Meanwhile, Bobby Joe Long was sentenced to death for his crimes. What do you think was the turning point that helped Lisa overcome everything she went through? Let me know what you think in the comments. So if you like this, hit subscribe and turn on notifications for more recaps. Thanks for watching. See you next time on Warner Movie Recaps.